Welcome to the Real Film Nerds Podcast.
Good day, boys and girls, and welcome back to another episode of the Real Film Nerds Podcast, episode number 197. With me, my good buddy, on the other side of the planet. Yeah, I'm going with planet. Mike, are you in a blue or a red state?
I'm in a blue state.
And guess what? Arizona went blue this year too, Mike.
Oh, okay.
That's the first time since Bill Clinton.
Oh, man, that's like the 90s, man. 92, 96.
Yeah, there's riots in the streets here because we went blue. Nobody gives a shit who got elected president. It's just a pure and simple fact that it went blue. I don't think anybody understands.
Interesting.
So, Mike, how are things?
Oh, everything's going pretty good. Tired a little bit these days. The child has kept me up at night, and the wife, and it's work is busy, but looking forward to Thanksgiving.
Ooh, speaking of Thanksgiving, Mike, we might as well tell our audience right now. We are going to take next week off. We haven't taken a break in a very long time, and Mike is traveling for the holidays, so he will be gone, even though he'll be in Arizona. We both have elected not to do a podcast next week, so sorry everyone, but we're not going to do one next week. We'll do one the week following, which will be episode number 198. Now, what movie we're going to do then, I have not decided yet, since it is my pick. So, not to start off the podcast with saying we're not going to be here next week, but just a heads up.
Well, Matt, why don't we start with something like a free giveaway for a movie?
Mike, that is an excellent idea. So, we have another one from our buddies over at Paramount Films. This one is called Echo Boomers. Mike, you want to hear a little something about it?
Oh, yeah, man. Let's go.
Echo Boomers is based on a true story. 5 college graduates decide the best way to get back at the unfair economy and live the life they've always wanted is to steal from Chicago's richest and give to themselves. It's directed by Seth Savoy.
So, Matt, is this kind of like a Robin Hood movie, except they're giving to themselves?
They're robbing from everybody else and giving to themselves. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Continue.
Yeah, I guess not everybody else, but did you watch the trailer for it?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I watched it as well. I have not had a chance to watch the film because, we're giving away the codes. We don't keep them. Hopefully, down the line we'll get a chance to watch this. Okay, so let's see here. Let's get to the business. Let's see. Where's the business? All right, here we go. Michael Shannon stars in Echo Boomers. Available now to buy or rent on digital. In this gripping crime thriller, a criminal operation made up of rebellious college graduates steal from the rich and give back to themselves. You were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Also starring Patrick Schwarzenegger, Alex Pettyfer, Gillis Geary, and Leslie Ann Warren. Buy or rent Echo Boomers and watch it tonight. It is rated R. And once again, it is from our good buddies over at Paramount Pictures.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you, Paramount. This looks like another good one.
Just like next week, because we're in such a giving mood, and Paramount is as well, they keep giving us wonderful films to give away. I mean, come on. Sure, you might not have heard of these, but everybody knows who Michael Shannon is. This is a movie that would have come out in the theaters. Why not, hit us up, give it a try. No big deal, So, anyways, since we're in a giving mood, we're not making people do anything weird. All you have to do is just email us. You can email Mike at Real Film Nerds or me, Matt at Real Film Nerds, or Nerds at Real Film Nerds, and just say, hey, can I get a copy of Echo Boomers? And we'll send you one. Now, remember, it's limited. We only have a handful. So get your request in early and we'll do a drawing.
Well, that sounds awesome, Matt.
All right, Mike. On with the show. So let's see, where was I? Episode 197 of the Real Film Nerds podcast. Mike, this was your pick, an Amazon original. It is an independent film that actually was rejected, I believe, from Sundance and TIFF, called The Vast of Night, currently streaming on Amazon. Why don't you do your thing and give us the rundown, Mike?
All right. Sure, Matt. This was written and directed by Andrew Peterson. The teleplay was Craig Sanger, starring Sierra McCormick, Jake Horowitz, Gail Kronar. In one night in New Mexico in the late 1950s, a switchboard operator and a radio DJ discover a strange audio frequency which could change the future forever.
Well, Mike, I like this movie. It was a tribute to Outer Limits and The Twilight Zone and all those other classic, mind-bending sci-fi era TV shows and movies. It's simple. It's crazy dialogue heavy, which I wasn't a super huge fan of. It's a small cast, long shots, but it was a good film. I mean, it's very, very, very low budget. But I mean, this is his first film, Andrew Patterson, and I think he did a stellar job.
Oh yeah, man. I was super impressed by this movie. I didn't really know what we were getting ourselves into, Matt, and I came away very impressed. Of course, I do have a disposition towards alien type things that this may or may not be talking about, but man, I really enjoyed this movie.
May or may not be talking about. Oh, you're not wanting to spoil it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, come on, Matt.
I just caught that. Sorry, I'm tired, Mike. I'm tired.
So I enjoyed this quite a bit. Yes, it's extremely dialogue heavy, but I liked it. I thought it was real creative. The 1950s dialogue I thought was pretty neat to hear, like, again, kind of like the slang and just different stuff, because these are like young adults, teenagers, and it was an interesting back and forth, I thought.
The biggest one that killed me when it came to the dialogue, because of how dialogue heavy it is, was the very beginning. They spew nothing but almost pure dialogue for the first 15, 20 minutes, and it's just a lot of it, and it is fast, and it's a lot of information. Outside of that, I think the rest of it, where it was heavy, was warranted and needed and really bolstered the film and advanced the story.
You're right. That first opening segment is kind of like, wow, they're really throwing it at you. I was like, is this how this whole movie's going to be? But it wasn't like that. So I enjoyed it quite a bit.
So, Mike, do you think they had to use a different name than Roswell for this?
Well, what makes you think it's Roswell, Matt?
Well, that's one thing. I mean, I don't want to get into too much spoilers, but there's a gentleman that calls in that describes a lot of what sounded like what happened in Roswell, which also is in New Mexico. So, Mike, being an alien yourself, what attracts your kind to New Mexico so much?
It's the nice dry climate and open spaces.
Well, why not Arizona? We got that too. I mean, you're not like cool like the fire in the sky aliens.
I guess it's also the least amount of population. Like, we don't want too many people to see us.
Mike, stop lying. We all know it's the food. The New Mexican food is better than the Arizona Mexican food. I understand. It's that green chili.
I guess that's it. That's it.
See, there you go, Mike. You went along with that gag for a while. I know you're not an alien, but Mike, I don't remember when, but you went to Roswell for one of your birthdays, wasn't it?
Yeah, I went there in 96. It was the 50-year anniversary of the crash.
Yeah, and it was right around your birthday. It was your birthday gift or something. I remember something tied to that. And you even brought me back a gift. And I think I still have it to this day.
Yeah, I'm sure it's something to do with aliens. That the Roswell, New Mexico, is a giant tourist trap for alien stuff now. But I loved it. It's so chintzy and terrible. It's great.
You don't remember what it was, Mike?
I'm trying to think, man. I don't know if I remember.
Give you a hint. I used it in one of my photographs in high school. It glowed in black light.
Alien poster?
It was an alien candle that was like about this tall. It was like a foot and a half tall. It was a candle, and it was a black light, and it glowed like mad. And you remember that picture that I had, in color, was my high school girlfriend taking that candle and moving it.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That was cool, man.
That was your candle, man.
Yeah, that's correct. That's right. Yeah, Roswell was neat. It was neat to go there. I don't know. This movie was a lot of fun. I didn't really know what I was getting into, and it was so different. And I know it was on a low budget, and I thought they did a fantastic job with not very much.
Well, I even heard that they used like a kid on like a golf cart or like a scooter or something, like just like a normal like high school kid that had like a scooter or something to do some of the long like shots down the main street. That's pretty genius.
Yeah, you're like, hey kid, you want to use this gimbaled thing? Sure, go.
Yeah. Hold it down as you race down the middle of Main Street that's completely empty, which was interesting. I was commenting on that to myself when I was watching it, how I was like, why are everybody's gone? Like, why are they all gone? And I'm like, oh, they're all at the basketball game. So it reminded me a lot of my time being in New Mexico when I worked for the newspaper, because a lot of these smaller towns on the reservation would clear out like that on game night because literally everybody was at the basketball game.
Yeah, I mean that's a part of the culture, I guess. To if it was Texas, it's like the football games, right? Like the entire town goes, and like it's like religion.
Yeah, they really, really, really reflected it well in this film of a smidge of the Native American culture, because they were even talking in the dialogue of the beginning of the film about how the other team is going to slaughter them because they had Native Americans playing on the other team. And it's like, you know what? I hate to say it's a stereotype, but I mean, it's true, man. They know how to ball. They really love playing basketball, and they're good at it.
Yeah, they love their basketball, Matt. There's I think I read a book once about the basketball, and it was amazing. Talking about growing up in the res and the love for basketball and stuff, and a lot of them see it as a way out of the reservation and stuff. So it's so they put so much funding towards all the things for basketball. Like the rest of the town could be blown over, and they have this nice basketball arena.
And when you say arena, literally arena, they hold thousands of people, not hundreds, thousands. Yeah,
no, they're gorgeous. I've actually been to one or two of them when I was up in Northern Arizona University.
Yeah, Tuba has one. I've been to lots of them. The nicest and biggest one I went to was the one in Chinle. Window Rock was building a new one that was huge, but they were in the process of building it when I left and moved down here back to Arizona to Prescott. So, Mike, speaking about moving, what do you keep moving to your mouth?
Oh, yes, Matt. I guess it is that time. What are you drinking, good sir? I move beer to my mouth a lot, but I'm going to ask you first, what are you drinking?
Nice recovery, Mike. Nice recovery. Well, Mike, I continue drinking the unique beers in my refrigerator, I am drinking a Witchwood Brewery Hobgoblin English Ruby beer, and it is a tall boy. And it says here, it is brewed with roasted malts for a well-balanced, rich, smooth taste, full of mischievous character. I have to say, it's not bad, but it's a little hoppier than I would like.
I feel like that's kind of a running theme with some of yours. You're like, it's pretty good, but there's a little bit of too much hops.
Well, sorry. I mean, I'm not a hop fan like you. I'm not lord of the IPAs.
Yes, I am lord of the IPAs, house of the stouts and porters.
House of stouts and porters. All right, Mike, which IPA do you have today? Come on. Don't laugh too hard.
This might be a shocker. It's not an IPA.
Is that pumpkin?
No, not a pumpkin. It's just a Sam Adams Boston Lager.
What? Wow. How boring of you, Mike. How did you do that?
There was a variety pack on sale, and the wife picked it up, and it's got a bunch of different beers, but then they have just the normal Sam Adams in there as well.
Yeah, and you don't want to waste good beer. I mean, Sam Adams Boston Lager is good. I'm still a big fan of their Oktoberfest. Oh, dude, speaking about weird-ass Sam Adams, have you had their pumpkin beer?
No, I have not had their pumpkin beer.
Don't. I did not like it at all. I drank about half of it and had to throw it out. Probably the first 3 or 4 sips were like really, really good. And then it just got like obnoxious. I think it was too much nutmeg and other spices in it. It was just, ugh.
Wow, man, throwing away beer, that usually means it's awful.
Well, it's because, I don't have a dog, so I couldn't give any to my dog. Or else I'd give it to him.
That's true.
So, all right, Mike, I know you don't want me to ask this question because we already discussed it, but I'm going to ask it anyways. Mike, how does the Vast of Night relate to the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
Well, Matt, thank you for asking. So, it's been a long time, Matt. I don't even know the last movie that we couldn't get. But we've run into another snafu. This movie, which I picked, so this is my own fault, does not have anything tying to the MCU. I mean, really, there's only about 6 people in this movie, and half the credits go to the director, Andrew Peterson. He's like the writer, the director, the editor. Like, I don't think he was the cinematographer and composer, but he did a lot of stuff in this movie. He did just about everything.
It was the grip.
Yeah.
He didn't star in it, though.
No, but he does have a cameo. So yeah, it's a very small cast, made with a lot of smaller actors and stuff. So there was nothing I could tie to MCU. There was a couple people that worked on some bigger movies that are fairly recent, but nothing that was MCU.
Well, all right, Mike, that now means that we are into the spoiler portion of our podcast. I am not disappointed that you couldn't find an MCU tie-in because it is an insanely small, extremely low-budget film. So, you know what? It happens. But we're not going to hate this movie just for that. We're still going to enjoy it. So, Mike, go ahead. Spoil away.
All right, Matt. So I alluded to a little bit earlier on accident that this is kind of an alien type movie. Not 100%, but I really like the buildup of kind of the strange noise and trying to investigate it in this very small town and using the radio to ask everyone who's listening, hey, have you heard this sound? And getting a couple responses. And there's a character in this movie that we don't even see, and I loved his character. It was his voice by Bruce Davis. He was Billy. He really set kind of an interesting tone for the movie, and then the kind of creepy, I don't know what you would call her, like scary character, Gail. Kornauer. She was, I don't know. I just like the story. The story was pretty good. It was interesting to see like a radio operator, and I loved that because she didn't have a car or bicycle. She just ran everywhere. I was like, it's small enough to just run everywhere?
Yeah, the telephone operator. Yeah, I know. She literally was running and walking like everywhere. I'm like, it's a small town, but it's still New Mexico. Everything would have been spaced out a lot like here, but hey, whatever,
Yeah, so I thought that was cool. I enjoyed some of the walking around and interviewing with the new like tape recorder and stuff, and I thought that was kind of fun. I enjoyed all the old stuff in this. Like this movie was like a low budget, but I don't know where they got all this stuff because it looks perfect. Like as far as the authenticity of all that old equipment.
Yeah, the old equipment, the wardrobes, the cars, hell, even the basketball gym looked like a gym from the 50s.
Yeah, I don't know where they got all that stuff. I guess just people, probably just collectors and stuff. But man, it was great to see all that stuff. Like, it was neat for me. That was just neat. So I think the combination of the old, like 1950s, and then kind of the creepy. Like, I actually was a little creeped out by this movie at the end. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. At the end,
because they were gone.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, they're gone. They were abducted. That's my theory.
I don't know, but it was creepy. And then the car scene.
That was the creepiest scene ever to me, dude. That was really creepy.
Dude, I didn't know what was going down. Like I was like, nothing's. And then when they start like looking up, that was good. It was well done.
Yeah, like both of them, the two people in the front start leaning back and their heads start going back and they stop paying attention or hearing anything all over that recording from the crazy lady. Her keep reciting those words. That was the creepiest part of the whole movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, man. And then they just take off running out of the car, and like there's a bunch of cut scenes, which was a little bit kind of back and forth, but like once they started running, it was like nice and smooth again. But like it was just to give you that, I guess, disorienting feeling that they were, upset. But I don't know, man. This movie really hit the right buttons for me. So,
well, good, Mike. Good. So, how many reels?
All right, man. I'm gonna give this one 4.5 reels. I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Holy hell, dude! Seriously?
Yeah, man. I don't know. It just, to me, it seemed like just great filmmaking with a really low budget. Like they just. This is the stuff that I love seeing, and I wish more people would see. So 4.5, man.
Dude, that's wild. I knew you were gonna go high, but when you say you like a movie, you usually go like 3. So I figured you were gonna go like 3. Wow, I'm impressed, Mike. I'm speechless.
I don't know, man. This one, I feel like this one's gonna not be seen by very many people and stuff, but I think more people should see it, especially if you have Prime. You have Prime Video. You might not know that you have Prime Video, but watch it.
Well, Mike, I thoroughly enjoyed this film as well. I don't think I enjoyed it as much as you did, clearly, but it's a good movie. I stand by you. I even talked about it on the radio this morning that we need to support filmmakers like this that go out on a limb that have super low budgets but create really, really good art, because imagine the kind of work he's going to do when he has a budget behind him. So I give it 3 out of 5 reels, Mike.
Nice, Matt. Yeah, this was just such a treat for me to watch. This is the kind of authentic filmmaking and stuff. I don't know. I haven't seen anything that I've liked so much lately, and this was just awesome. So maybe it's just the mood I was in. Who knows? But I really liked it.
So basically, the small film festival people that would not let this film in really screwed the pooch.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure why they wouldn't let this movie in. It seems like it's perfect for a film festival. This seems like the film festival movie.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I was just, looking at that. It's won some awards and things at other film festivals, but the big, smaller indie film festivals like Sundance and TIFF and all those, I believe they didn't admit this film, which is a mistake. Luckily, someone at Amazon clearly knows what they're doing and brought this on.
Yeah, I applaud the people at Amazon, the unofficial sponsor of us with IMDb, because they own IMDb. It was cool that they picked it up and were able to give it a larger audience.
Well, all right, Mike, this is now 2 really decent films that have come out on Amazon Prime that we've talked about this year. Maybe the COVID isn't so bad because we're getting to check out some films that we typically wouldn't, because let's face it, most of our podcast has been based around going to the theater because that's something we both really love to do. It's one of the reasons that inspired me to get a 65-inch TV so that I can deal with having to watch most of my movies at home now. But hey, we get to see little things like this, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that might be kind of the silver lining to this pandemic, is the opportunity to see some of these smaller things and highlight them for other people to watch and just kind of build on that. I definitely still miss the theater quite a bit, and maybe one day the studios will release movies to theaters again, but until that day, if the theaters can even make it, we will be reviewing streaming movies and watching all these awesome indies, and who knows.
Don't forget our requests and also our legacy casts, our review of films we've seen before or just films that haven't come out this year or within the past couple years. That's our legacy films. And yeah, that's a lot of fun too. Sometimes going back and, talking about a classic, a favorite, something like that. So,
or rewatching something that we loved and that was endearing as a kid, and then watching it again and being like, why did we like that so much?
That's true. I'm thinking Silent Night, Deadly Night is coming up. It's going to be our Christmas podcast. No, I don't know.
Oh, jeez, dude.
I know you like your horror movies, Mike. Come on.
Well, I think I've seen like 3 Black Christmases. They keep remaking that movie.
I'm good. Maybe we should do that. We need to figure out, either we can do like a really messed up like Christmas horror movie for our Christmas podcast, or maybe we'll just do like a really good like classic.
Yeah, we could do like Krampus, Matt. I enjoyed that movie, the latest movie, Krampus.
Yeah, we haven't done Krampus?
No, I don't think so.
I remember sitting down and watching it. It might not have been for the pod.
Maybe we did do Krampus.
Well, we'll look into it. This is why I have a search function on our website. So it's not for you guys, it's more for us. Because getting into 200 episodes, man, that's quite a bit. That's a lot of stuff to dig through,
For sure. Well, we'll figure out something fun to do for Christmas. Either it'll be classic, like Bad Santa, or something new, or some or a different horror type movie. Who knows what we'll do? It'll be something.
Something fun. It'll be something unique. We'll think about it. We'll put some thought into it instead of just kind of on the moment picking something. So, which reminds me, Mike, I need to sit down and figure out what we're going to do for our next review. Luckily, I have an extra week to do it. Whew. You have an interesting...
It's not like you have any time anyway.
Oh, I know. You have an interesting suggestion. Maybe we'll hold on to that one until it's your turn again. But I'll dig through it. I'll think about something. Maybe I'll kick off like everything with Christmas, because our next pod will be, the start of December. So maybe I'll kick it off with a Christmas movie. Maybe something like Christmas Vacation. That could be fun.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
That's always fun to watch.
It's an amazing movie. And it's going to be on TV a gajillion times, so we won't have to pay for it. Woo!
I own that movie, Matt. That's one of I don't own a lot of movies. I own that one.
See, and I own a lot of movies, and I'm not sure if that's one I own. because it's always on TV, like every year, just like A Christmas Story. Like, I'm never going to buy A Christmas Story because they're going to play it at least once in the month of December.
Yeah, at least once. Jeez. Isn't it, was it TBS or somebody streams it like 24 hours a day? Oh, I think it's like on Thanksgiving, right? Or
it's
something?
either
They
Thanksgiving
do it
or
like,
Christmas proper, and it's like TBS or TNT. It's one of the Turner channels.
Yeah, they just go and put it on for 24 hours. And I think I've watched a good 12 hours of it once.
Oh, dude. My dad loves that movie. Whenever I'm down for Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, that's what's on TV. He loves that movie. And that one's a real easy one for an MCU tie-in.
Yeah, it is.
Ralphie is in the MCU. For those of you who are still listening, we won't tell you where. Go look it up. It'll be fun for you. So, all right. Well, I think that's enough jabbering for me. Mike, you end it. You end it with some jabbering.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. And, make sure you catch us on the socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Email us at Mike or Matt at The Real Film Nerds. And go out and catch as many movies as you can. I guess you can't really catch them now. I guess stream as many movies as you can. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to The Real Film Nerds. Now don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Real Film Nerds. Now go out and catch a movie.
Good morning, Magic 99.1. Talk to me, Matt Hinshaw.
Man, you're getting better and better at this all the time, Lisa.
Well, it's kind of cool. Like, I arrange for you to call at a certain time, and then you do, and I know who it is. See, I don't need caller ID.
It's the ESPN.
It's the ESPN. How you doing, Matt, from the Real Film Nerds podcast?
I'm doing well, other than being very tired.
Well, that's because you were up late night celebrating that huge Cardinals win yesterday, right?
Of course, drinking all night and morning. I mean, night.
Tell me you didn't catch it, though. Tell me you didn't have your computer on watching some silly movie.
I was watching a silly movie, but it wasn't silly. It was a serious movie called The Vast of Night.
The Vast of Night. And how was it? Was it as good as the Cardinals finish yesterday?
Well, how many reels would you give the Cardinals finish?
5.5 out of 5.
Okay, then no, it wasn't as good.
Awesome. Well, tell me about it.
Did you get to see it?
No.
Because I know you were excited about it.
I didn't get to see it. There's just a lot going on. When the weather is nice, it's hard for me to watch movies, Matt. The football game was all I could handle.
Yeah, and it's beautiful outside.
It's
this
gorgeous.
weekend.
But
it was great.
I'm going to listen to your recommendation after I hear it and decide if I'm going to watch it. Tell me, was it good?
I thought it was pretty good for what it is. It is Andrew Patterson's very first movie. I believe he also wrote it. And if you're a big fan of The Twilight Zone or The Outer Limits, you will like this movie. It is not for everybody.
Okay.
It is very dialogue heavy. It is not a big alien action blockbuster kind of film. It's kind of a slow burn. You really got to pay attention to it. There's some really long shots. But I think this guy, being his first movie, if he has a little bit more money behind him for his next film, I think it's going to be a really good movie.
Okay, excellent. How many reels are you going to give it?
I give it 3 out of 5. I recommend it. I think little independent films like this really should be supported because this is how we get more creative thinkers in Hollywood.
Absolutely. I think that's great. You said it's called The Vast of Night, and where can you catch it?
You can watch it exclusively on Amazon Prime Video.
Okay, so it's free, so why not, right?
Right. If you got Amazon, it's free.
Right.
Correct.
Very good, very good. Okay, what are we going to watch for next week?
Well, what are we going to watch, or do you want my new giveaway? Because I got another one.
You have another?
It's just relentless.
Are you kidding me? Another giveaway. Let's do it.
Okay, so this week, brand new film just came out on Friday. It's called Echo Boomers from Paramount Pictures. It is based on a true story. 5 college graduates decide the best way to get back at the unfair economy and live the life they've always wanted is to steal from Chicago's richest and give to themselves.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, it sounds like a really unique, interesting movie. It doesn't have a lot of big names in it other than Michael Shannon.
Okay.
And Michael Shannon is probably the biggest name.
All right. And what is it called again? Remind me.
It is called Echo Boomers.
Echo Boomers. And how do we get a copy?
All you have to do is email me at nerds@realfilmnerds.com and say, I would like to watch this movie.
All right.
That's it. Nothing more than that.
All you got to do, nerds@realfilmnerds.com. And that's the name of Matt's podcast as well, Real Film Nerds. Thank you so much for checking in this morning.
Not a problem, Lisa. Anytime. I always love chatting with my bestie.
Oh, now we're besties. I love that so much. Now, don't cry when I tell you this news, but I'm on vacation next week. So, we'll have to text or something other than talk on the radio.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, Matt. Thanks for calling in this morning on what station?
The best, the one, the only, the stupendous Magic 99.1.
Thank you.